Hey everyone, in today's video I'll be going over an AP Aquarion guide. The AP Aquarion is in my opinion a fun character to play as since she has multiple ways to combo, as she is able to self-freeze, shatter, and ignite through her own abilities. Before I go over the build, I'll be doing an overview of all her abilities and showcase how well they'll work together to make best use of the situation and her damage capabilities. Her first ability we'll be going over is her Ice Orbs. Ice Orbs is an ability that spawns rotating orbs that deal frost damage around you, that also gives you a chance to dodge attacks. The longer this ability is active, the more mana it drains over time, but deactivating and reactivating the ability will reset it and cause it to drain at a lower cost again. There are 3 shards that help this ability become more effective, which are Enduring Orbs, Hard Water, and Quick Orbs. Enduring Orbs reduces the mana cost of the ability by 5 mana when gilded, so it will allow you to maintain this ability for a longer duration. The next 2 shards are Hard Water and Quick Orbs, which increases the DPS of the ability itself. Hard Water increases the damage the ability does by 52% when gilded, and Quick Orbs increases the speed at which the ice orbs spin around you by 41%. With Quick Orbs, the increased speed would increase your DPS with the ability, since ice orbs are more consistently hitting the enemies around you. If an enemy is drenched and hit with ice orbs, the target will become frozen. This can be achieved through using her other abilities we'll be going over. Her next ability is her Whirlpool ability. Her Whirlpool ability leaves an area of water that damages enemies within it and causes them to change direction from which they were moving from. This ability helps to keep them in place or delay them from going to their target. There are 2 shards that I personally use for my AP Aquarion, which are Heavy Current and Current Trade-Off, which both increase the damage of this ability by 52% when gilded. These provide a nice boost in damage for this ability to help deal with multiple mobs at a time. When paired with Ice Orb's ability, enemies around you will become frozen once hit with the Ice Orbs. My favorite part of playing this hero is pairing this combo with the next ability, Oceanic Rift. Oceanic Rift is the 3rd ability for the Aquarion that is an area of effect ability that creates a geyser and spews water upwards and sends enemies up in the air. There are 2 shards that you can use for this ability, which are Greater Rift and Superheated Water. Greater Rift increases the damage for this ability by 52% when gilded, and Superheated Water has a 50% chance to have enemies ignite and take 20% increased damage. Superheated Water can be used to ignite the Dragon Lord and be an overall increase to your damage when enemies get ignited with it. This ability has 2 different damage sources by itself, which is the initial opening of the geyser, which is earth damage based, and then the water, of course, being water damage based. Keeping in mind that earth damage sources gain a 50% damage bonus when hitting a target that is frozen, the previous 2 abilities mentioned allow you to self-freeze targets, so using Oceanic Rift on those targets will make them become shattered. This makes enemies take considerable damage and honestly is pretty fun to pull off. On to the last ability, which is the Bubble Bulwark ability. The Bubble Bulwark ability provides you with a 10-second duration of healing and damage reduction when activated, and causes an area of effect water damage source when the ability ends. You can deactivate this ability early by hitting the same buttons that activate the ability in the first place. This ability is mostly used to stay alive longer. With all the abilities covered, I just want to go over how I go about using them. I personally activate Ice Orbs, Bubble Bulwark, then Whirlpool in that order, and once I see the enemies I'm targeting become frozen, I then use Oceanic Rift to proc Shatter on the enemies. When switching between targets, I quickly deactivate Ice Orbs and reactivate it right before repeating the combo again, so it resets the mana drain on the ability. Once my mana is low or runs out, then that's when I activate the Genie Pet's Mana Swirl ability to refill my mana back to full and continue repeating the cycle. Now that that's covered, onto the build. For the build, you will want all pieces to have healthy AP, fragile power, and swap AP. Helmet is Enduring Orbs, Heavy Current, Inspiration. Gloves is Critical Strike, Greater Rift, Hard Water. Chest is Current Trade-Off, Mage Gambit, Superheated Water. Boots is Bunny Hop, Quick Orbs, and Speed Boost. On the weapon, it has Controller, Drench Power, and Focus AP, with the shards being Serpent's God Fury, Water Warrior, and Weakness Targeting. I'm using the Ring of Time with the Genie Pet for the Mana Swirl ability to refill my mana since AP Aquarion consumes a lot of it. And for my godly stats, I'm using a mix of both hero crit chance and hero crit damage. With the build now covered, here's what the numbers I get on the training dummies are. Even though the damage to regular enemies will be different than what it shows here, it will give you a comparison on the damage that mine does as a reference to what you are looking to achieve for yourself. I'll be ending off this video with some more clips of the AP Aquarion. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!
Taking over, it's burning. You're so stuck in your head, think I'm leaving. In your mind I know that you're hurting, that I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly